Welcome back to NCC News. Thank you for staying with us. Now, let's get into all the news from across the nation.
Floridians are bracing for impact as Hurricane Ian takes aim at Tampa Bay and the surrounding areas.
At least 8 counties between Naples and Tampa have issued evacuation orders for 2.5 million Floridians. Everyone in these zones must evacuate by 9 p.m. tonight. The National Hurricane Center says the Category 3 hurricane is presenting maximum winds of 125 miles per hour. And Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is warning residents of what's to come.
Some areas there will be catastrophic flooding and life-threatening storm surge. And so if you're on Florida's Gulf Coast, from Naples all the way through the Tampa Bay area and some of the counties north of that, that could be something that happens.
This storm is affecting the ex-New Yorkers who some say took part in, quote, an exodus to Florida. The New York Post says a record number of New Yorkers have made the ID switch to the Sunshine State, indicating relocation. The Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles reports nearly 6,000 people switched their driver's licenses in August alone.
And President Biden announcing new rules on Monday requiring airlines to be more transparent with pricing. Biden's proposed rule would require airlines and travel sites to disclose fees for sitting with your child, changing or canceling your flight, and checked or carry-on baggage upfront to customers. Biden argues that these, quote, unnecessary hidden fees are weighing down family budgets.
Family somewhere in your situation where, you know, they cancel on you and you have to pay a fee to rebook. Come on, man. No, really, it's just simply not fair.
Facebook parent company Meta has detected and shut down fake accounts engaged in influence operations from China and Russia. Meta's global threat intelligence lead says this is the first time the company has seen Chinese accounts targeting Americans by posing as users on both sides of the political spectrum. The Russian campaign was much larger, a network of over 60 websites impersonating news organizations and social media accounts pushing pro-Kremlin narratives.
Now for an update on the war in Ukraine. Russians are fleeing the country after the Kremlin announced Russia's first mass mobilization since World War II. Moscow says 300,000 troops are needed to fight in Ukraine, and civilians are flocking to Russian borders. Finland's saying traffic is still busy, but thousands of Russians are passing through Finland to get to other countries.
And Japan bidding farewell today to their former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. More than 4,300 guests attended the service in Tokyo, including U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris. Mourners clashing with protesters across Japan who disagree with the cost of Abe's state funeral amid rising inflation.
Canada says they are removing all COVID-19 related travel restrictions beginning October 1st. Travelers will no longer need to undergo health checks or need to wear masks when entering the country. Officials say this change is a result of good vaccination rates and a decrease in both deaths and ICU cases.
Coming up on NCC News, fall weather is officially upon us.
We'll have your full weather forecast after the break.